today I'm staying on the world's largest cruise ship. Stretching nearly 12,000 feet, holding up to 7,600 people, this ship is insane. With 7 pools, a water park, sports courts, theatres, ice skating rinks, and over 40 different restaurants. I'm going to show you what life is like on board, I'll show you where I'm staying, and so much more.
Now, as a suite guest, I do get to check in a little bit earlier than others, and also I get use of this air-conditioned lounge, which is quite nice. There's also loads of snacks to have, there's coffee, there's even cookies. Lots of nice seating in here. You get to see the cruise ship, and also the main entrance for a lot of people that come up, those huge fan blades there. So it can get confusing because on the app it says that we set sail at 3:30. It says that my room will be available from 1. But then when I checked in, it says that my check-in time is between 3 and 3:30. But you also have to be on board 90 minutes before anchor away. But I've turned up at 12:30 because I know that the room will be ready from 1. So let's get on board. Thank you. So I'm on board. First things first, before I show you around this incredible ship, I'll show you where I'm staying. So my luggage has been sent to the room already. And the funniest thing is, as soon as I got out of my car, the guy there who was collecting the luggage, the first thing he said was, "Would you like to tip me now?" And it's just one of those things with tipping culture here in the US. Straight away, he hasn't done anything for me, but he's already asking for a tip. Deck 16, elevator G. Oh wow, look at that. So I'm stateroom 16036. These aren't my cases. They're actually outside the wrong room anyway, because that says 16026. This is definitely 036. Well, this is clearly my room, so. I am going to mention the price at the end, and this didn't come cheap. But what I need to explain to you is just how expensive some of these suites get. You can pay up to £40,000 for like a week on board. Now I wanted to show the best suite that I could, but even for me that was completely out of my price range. But there is this pretty cool feature that they do. A week before or 2 weeks before, you can actually bid for an upgrade for your room. There was a chance for me to bid up to the next tier room, which would have been like about £1,200–1,300 per person. You would probably still save a good 4 or 5 grand doing it like that. But I decided to stick with the suite that I've got because actually it is pretty nice. So by booking this type of suite, you do get some perks. So you do get free internet. You also get to get on board early. You also got access into like their club lounge, which we'll go and check out, which also gives you free drinks of an evening, happy hour. And also you can actually have breakfast in your room as well. But we'll come to all that later in the video. First of all, let me just show you the dining room, living room. This is actually such a huge space, especially when I stand back here. Dining table, if you want to have dinner in the room or breakfast, you can also have it on the balcony. The living room area, all right, it doesn't scream ultra luxury, especially for the price. Looks like the sofa's seen a bit of wear. It almost looks like these have been put on extra because they don't kind of go with the couch. But this is also a sofa bed as well. Somewhere to lay right there. There's a nice chair. A coffee table. We've got some details about the shows. Obviously the upsell on here as well. Complimentary coffee, a coffee machine. Pods and sugar there. What else have we got? Continental breakfast is complimentary. The American breakfast has a service fee of $7.95 per room per delivery, and an 18% gratuity is in addition and will automatically be added. So one thing I've noticed about cruising in America is it costs you an absolute fortune with tips. Wardrobe here. Got some robes. No branding on the robes though, or is there? Oh yes there is, look at that. And there's the safe. It's nice that they hang some pictures in the room because it just brings it to life a little bit more. Charging and USB charging pretty much everywhere in the room. Got a pull-out buffet. Yellow leather, very nice. Just some more drawers. A fruit bowl. A huge TV. You do get some complimentary water whilst you're on board. The posh stuff, Evian. Branding's on point, look. Again, there's lots of storage in here. So through there is the bathroom, but you also can get to the bathroom through the bedroom. But I'm going to show you into the bathroom this way, because this is pretty nice. Look at the size of this. With a bath and a shower, and a huge big mirror, 2 sinks as well. This is really nice. Nice marble. Look at that. Some flannels. Peppermint bar soap. I do love the bath and the shower configuration as well, but it is a pretty small shower, to be fair. You can probably get about 2, maybe 3 people squeezed in here. I have to say though, very impressed. Ultra clean. All the stainless steel has been polished to perfection. Extra shower head on the bath as well. Loads of storage, soft clothes as well. Kind of becomes a little bit of an ensuite. You can get to the bedroom through there, the living room as well, and the dressing room. But I will show you this way because it's a lot nicer. Here is the bedroom. Come on. The bedroom is quite small actually, but it's been designed so it's bedroom stroke dressing room. I do like the subtle lighting in this room, and the way it corners the bed is really nice. First of all, the dressing room, nice big space here, look, with the dressing table, hairdryer, nice mirror there. You've got more wardrobe space just here. There's loads of drawers as well. You can put your case on there. There's loads of space. It feels quite cozy in here. I'm taking my shoes off and do the bed test. I'll tell you how I sleep in the morning. What's really nice about the bedroom is the bed faces the balcony and the view, so you can lay in bed and literally watch the world go by or see when you arrive in a new port. Let's do the mattress check. What a lovely colour. Actually, to be fair, that looks reasonably new, this mattress. Bit of a curved mattress to fit the bed. Waterproof sheet on there, just in case anyone has an accident. And if more places put these waterproof sheets on the bed, they wouldn't look so stained. TV in here as well. And this is the other entrance into the bathroom. Let me show you the balcony that I've got, because this is huge. Look at the size of this balcony. Love the fact they've got a big family table out here so you can enjoy breakfast. The size of the balcony though is great. Some seating area over here as well. So just from up here, look, you can just see how big this balcony is. I mean, there is so much space. We're going to be leaving the port of Miami at about 3:30, so I've got around about an hour before that happens. There's someone knocking on the door. Well, fancy seeing you here.
Right. Well, we just thought we'd come and join you.
Of course, I had to bring Gaby and Casper along with me for this trip.
Ooh. Yeah, this looks amazing. Oh, we're going to love the plants.
Yeah, nice touch, hasn't it?
Yeah, they actually really make a massive, I don't know, they give it a bit of atmosphere, don't they? Oh, we've got double sinks too. I don't know why, but when I think of cruise ship, you'd think that if there is any furniture on the balconies, it's going to be that white kind of plastic chair kind of thing. So
This
it's
ain't
really
P&O.
nice. I know, you can really tell the quality, can't you? Hello, Miami.
I tell you what though, the app is so good. It makes you think, what on earth did you do on a cruise ship before apps existed? Because all the information that you need is on there. You can book excursions, certain restaurants, you can find your way around the ship, you can even book your next cruise on here as well.
Or a massage, or a show.
So there's an itinerary on here, stuff you can plan. Every single hour of the day there is something going on the ship. It is crazy. There's quizzes, there's tours, there's raffles.
It's quite overwhelming, really.
It is, and I think that's the
Yeah.
thing. When you board this ship, being the biggest cruise ship in the world, it really is overwhelming. But we'll figure it out together. We will do the grand ship tour tomorrow morning. So we're going to get unpacked. We'll go up to the top deck for the sailway. So we're well and truly out in the Atlantic now, heading down towards the Caribbean. First night at sea. Just had a shower, a little bit disappointing because the pressure wasn't very good, but then we realised there's a leak in the pipe which made it quite weak. I have to say as well, their choice of shower gel and shampoo is interesting. Peppermint shampoo and rum shower gel. Interesting mix of smells when you're having a shower. So tonight for our first meal, we're gonna actually go and check out the buffet. Everybody's favorite, right? Let's go do it. By the way, this doesn't shut properly, look. Seen that?
Yeah.
You've got to push it. Because a couple of times I thought that was gonna close, but it didn't. Now, where is the buffet? What is that? It's Close Encounters music. Why can I hear that? Can you hear that? That's coming from downstairs. Look at all this. Wow. That is what you call some serious gold merch. Look at that. Is that for sale or is that just... Is it?
Chalice.
How much is the chalice?
So this one here, well, there used to be it's one of three. It retails for $193, but you obviously get a nice little discount and lifetime drink package on it as well. So it's sterling silver, gold plated, and those are white sapphire stones.
Wow. Just after Hartford State, we've come out, and it's quite handy that that theatre is right next to us. So we'll go and check that show out maybe another night to watch it in full.
That did look amazing.
That was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
What was even more amazing is the fact that that drinks chalice that is being sold was going for well over 100, I think she said 93,000.
Oh my God.
And you get a drinks package for life on Royal Caribbean. Can you imagine drinking that by the pool? That'd be crazy.
Yay.
I don't think you'd really want to take it out. But the fact that when you buy that, there's only 3 of them ever made, and you get unlimited free drinks package for life. Shame they can't give you like a free cruise for life with it as well.
No, I think that's the least you deserve, spending that.
So we're on our way to find the buffet. We found the buffet. This is it, Windjammer Marketplace. As always, got to wash your hands first. Buenas noches. I love the fact the paper towels are in trunks. You're having trouble there. Alright, so we've got the pasta station. What do you fancy? We should do the classic buffet thing where you have a bit of everything.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Peanut butter sauce? Never heard of that.
Hot peanut butter sauce.
That's cool.
Corn dogs. A lot of fast food. This is American. Cornbread over there. The buffet mirrors itself over the other side as well. Oh, look at that bread pudding. Do you know one thing that's good compared to other cruise ships I've been to? They have this covering with all the signs for the food on the top rather than the bottom. So people sneezing and coughing, it won't go on the food. Look how they're doing the coffee and the milk. Jacket potatoes, mashed potatoes. Indian food. Is that real lemon in there? I guess so. I got some lemonade. I've gone for a potato salad. I've gone for a corn dog, mac and cheese, some sweet corn, and some cornbread. And for dessert, I've gone for these two: cheesecake and a donut. There isn't too much healthy stuff up there.
No, there wasn't much, was
Which
there?
is weird. Maybe it changes on different nights,
American
but
night or something.
oh, is it? Is that why?
Like that, it says.
Obviously, the buffet changes. That's why. But what have you gone for?
Try to be healthy where possible. I've gone for a jacket potato, and I've just gone for like a rib and some chicken bits and a corn dog, and that's it really. Because it's the same as you, I couldn't really. I wanted to go for like some fish and stuff like that, but obviously you don't have it because it's not the night that they do. Because that's my chosen kind of buffet food. But this is fine. This is good. And for dessert, I've gone for a miniature cheesecake.
It's been a long day, and it's just before midnight, and I would be going to bed, but there is something special happening on board. And in fact, actually, it happens a lot on Royal Caribbean cruises, especially on the first night, to celebrate that you're on this epic adventure and this wonderful vacation. They do a big balloon drop. So let's go and check it out.
Oh, you guys are energized, you're ready for this amazing cruise. I got one big question for everybody. Who's excited to be on vacation? Yes, that's what we love to hear. Again, welcome aboard, everybody. If I didn't get a chance to meet you tonight at one of our shows, my name is Corey. I get to be your cruise director. Everyone say, hey, Corey! 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning. It's a bit of a windy one this morning. We don't seem to get the sun on this side whilst we're going down to the Caribbean, actually. I think we'll get it on the way back. So it's quite nice, actually. So we get the sun in the afternoon on the balcony, which means to have breakfast out here might be a little bit breezy, a little bit chilly first thing in the morning. We're going to continue what we did last night by checking out the buffet, and we're going to go and do that for breakfast. Come on, let's go, Casper. On the way to breakfast, and Casper has found this little slide to go down to the lower deck. See you in a bit. Bye. I have a feeling he's going to do that every single morning.
Yeah, this is going to be part of our routine, 100%.
honey glazed ham. Oh, look at the bacon.
It's crazy up there. I feel like I'm in a constant battle just to try and get to food. So I think the best thing to do is pick a more sensible time to come for breakfast, because obviously this is prime time, isn't it? It's 9:30, so it's probably the time families all get up, they get ready and they go out, you know.
You've gone for a light breakfast.
You know why I've gone for a light breakfast? Because we're on a cruise ship and there is food here all day, every day. And I want some. So if I fill up now, I'm not going to want any at lunchtime.
Yeah, that's why I've just gone for some cereal and something light to enjoy lunch later. So let me give you the ship tour. This is definitely the heart of the ship. This incredible globe that has all these tiles on it that mirrors the ocean. So it's got 8 distinctive neighbourhoods. It holds over 7,500 people. But you can still get quiet areas, which is quite nice. So let me give you the ship tour. So we're on the Royal Promenade right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go upstairs and show you from the top all the way down. We'll show you the outside tomorrow, but first let's show you some exclusive areas that we get access to. The app's quite handy because you've got the map of the ship on your phone, but all by the lifts you've got this as well, which is actually easier to understand. We're going to start right at the top and go to the suite neighbourhood, which is only accessible for suite guests. Let's go. Deck 18. B. So up here we've got access to snacks, and I think this is open for pretty much all day. There's fruit, there's nuts. So they've got a mini pool. I think there's a hot tub over there. Stairs here. What's up here? So it's a bit more exclusive up here.
So private.
Yeah, compared to the rest of the ship, how busy and crazy it is, this is nice and quiet. I'll show you all the outside space tomorrow morning, but just a quick glimpse, and you can just see how busy it is down there, looking down to Central Park as well. And this is just so quiet. It's nice. So she's right at the top, right? There's a few more of these, and I'll show you them as we go down, but they're in the most weirdest of areas, but they're pretty cool to look out for. That's the whole suite neighbourhood. So the suites that we're in are these 2 decks, 17 and 16. So the level of suite we have, again, we've got access in here. We can have food, we can have dinner, we can have breakfast up here, and also it's got a pretty good view of the show we saw last night in here as well. I think you're going to get your steps in on this.
I already have, like, compared to what I usually do in a day, I'm already halfway there. It's mental.
Happy hour cocktails in here, Gabby.
I know, I do like happy hour cocktails.
And then there's an area here for snacks, which I think they're just filling up for the day, and coffee whenever you want it. What I like about it in there is that you can get away from all the busy crowds, and it's just like a really nice quiet space, and it feels, you know, exclusive. So if you want a quick bite during the day, this is pretty good.
It just gives you a bit more of an idea of the styles that they do by showing them.
But this is perfect for snacks. You're not going to come here, well, you can come here for lunch, but this is perfect for snacks. I'll show you what I mean. Right, look at the queue for the crepes. It's Asian. This is pretty good. This is literally just mac and cheese, but different flavours. So you got broccoli, pepperoni, pizza mac and cheese, chili, bacon, and of course, classic mac and cheese. Toasts, tostadas, sandwiches, toasts. I had this yesterday. This is so nice. Watermelon feta cheese and pistachio. And that's pretty much it in here.
literally smell swimming pool as you walk through this bit.
This is the show we saw last night. Doesn't look much obviously during the day because this is special for, you know, nighttime. And on some Royal Caribbean ships, right at the back, they have huge amphitheatres. Like some of them are outside, some of them are inside, as this one is. But that show was pretty good last night, wasn't it? I was well impressed.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it from the start and actually sit down and make myself comfy and actually watch it. But we just literally saw it when passing.
So there's the lounge that we got access to. It's crazy just how many places there are to eat. Seafood in here, look, a seafood restaurant. Looks really nice. Wow, this is nice. So this is right at the front of the ship, that big dome that you see. Little areas to enjoy a book. Look at that, the stairs up to that little lounge. Oh wow. You don't realise all this is behind it, do you? You have to, it just goes to show you have to keep walking, because you walk into one room and think, oh, that's it. You keep walking, you find something else.
You feel a little bit like, oh, I'd like to go and have a coffee somewhere, or I'd like to have a glass of wine. And you're just thinking, well, where do we sit? There's just so many places on this ship.
So we arrived yesterday. We've been on here less than 24 hours. And it takes you probably, I would say, about 2 days to get acclimatised to the ship and to find out where everything is, and it will take you probably a day just to walk around it and go and check out every single area, but it's definitely worth doing. You can really feel the movement today, can't you? The ship moving around.
It's actually the first time I've actually gone, yeah, I felt a bit.
You feel a little bit drunk, don't you?
I think as well, because this boat is so big, you do feel a little bit less, like, because I'm obviously comparing this to the Disney cruise. And yeah, I could feel everything on the Disney cruise, and even more so on the Norwegian cruise. Isn't that just stunning, though?
Doesn't look real, does it? So we've come down to deck 8. This is the Empire Supper Club.
Hello.
Hello.
So this is the Empire Supper Club.
Okay.
This is the only restaurant you have a show with your dinner.
Oh, wow.
This is an eight-course service in 3 hours. Why 3 hours? The song what the artist singing need to match the drink and the food at your table.
Oh, amazing.
There's only one sitting at night from 6:30 to 9:30.
So this has got to be my favourite part of the ship, Central Park. There's actual trees in here. Yeah, there's lots of trees. There's one huge tree, and there's all the outside plants. And what they do at night, they change the atmosphere. So during the day, you'll actually hear birds. They're not real birds. It's just on speakers. And then at night, you hear crickets. Although I don't know whether you'd hear crickets at Central Park normally. And inside here, there's all these little bars and restaurants. Let's go and have a look around. See, it almost looks like it's a movie set, but these are like restaurants that are pretty. I mean, look at the size of this in here. Oh wow. If you want a steak, Gaby, I think this is definitely the place to go. Chops Grill.
Wow.
And I love how the ship lets light in. You can see down to the Royal Promenade. Such an amazing space. So I showed you that lady right at the top on the diving board. There's another one just there, and then there's another one mid-air. So you really have to look, because you don't realise all these areas are here. Look, there's sushi and ice cream. Look one side, and then you look somewhere else, and there's something else to go and explore. Isn't it weird that you're at sea right now?
It's so weird, because you can literally have a bit of everything. You can sunbathe, you can have water parks, you can actually just sit and have a coffee in the park, you can go shopping, you can do absolutely everything on a ship. When the ship docks, you don't really need to get off.
No.
She just kept saying Central Park.
There's a cafe in here as well. What you would expect to see is a Starbucks, but there isn't one in Central Park, but there is one on the ship. Sitting here with a coffee, you wouldn't even think you're at sea. Gaby, I've just spotted a champagne bar. Let's have a look.
Thank you.
Per glass, it's $12 for a Cava, $8 for a Prosecco. There's no point paying that when we can actually get that for free, so to speak, with our lounge access.
Blues, Jazz and Blues Bar.
and then there's shops. So like there is pretty much everything in Central Park. So yeah, that was Central Park. I will show you in here a little bit later because it is so nice at night time. So on board they've got 3 separate areas for children to go in. They've got the babies, the toddlers, and then slightly older children. They've also got an area for teens as well. Casper's loving that at the minute, and it gives the parents chance to just have some dinner or chill by the pool.
It gets all the children playing together.
Some nice bags.
1,048.
Or was it 148?
140.
$148, I think. Sports bar.
It's just very New York sort of bar, isn't it? I've been so excited to see this. I think it's because I want to go for a jog. There is a running track that goes all the way around the ship.
I guess we better just start jogging then. Wow, it really does go as far as you can see. All right, let's go. Do you know what? I actually just left my phone in Central Park and I had to run to go and get it. So my exercise is pretty much done. This really goes around the whole ship. What, non-stop? So you don't have to stop and... Yeah, she can't. Wow, look how close it is to the water. Look.
I'll be alright, I can't run in these.
Wow, it's worth coming out here because you get some pretty decent views. Look at that.
This is mental, right?
Well, I went on one with Virgin, and it was only a very small area. So this is pretty cool. I haven't seen anyone else running on it yet.
I'm going to do it tomorrow morning, I promise.
I wonder how long it'll actually take. I reckon it would take about 15 minutes on a good jog to do one round trip of the ship.
Pretty mad, isn't it?
You know what they need on here, don't you? Like some little carts. That would be so cool. Little like Mario karts going all the way around.
Oh my god, they should so do that on the next ship they build.
Oh, the light's gone off.
But I think it's a really good idea because...
Yeah, but it's such a big, long... In fact, there's no one jogging. Everyone's just like walking and giving up. All the lifeboats are here as well. So if you're a jogger, it's good to know that in an emergency, you'll be first on the lifeboat.
Yeah, and there are people that love to go jogging every day in general. And
I thought you said you was going to do that.
I am going to do it. I just haven't had time yet. Literally.
Didn't realise they have a slow lane and a fast lane. If you do 12 laps, you're running 5 miles. That's crazy.
Yeah, I need this in my life.
But if you haven't jogged enough, you can then stop off at the fitness centre. Let's have a look. Wow. We look out of place. The amount of times I've been to a gym in a hotel or indeed on a ship, and it's always really quiet, but because we're at sea, I think that's why there's a lot of people in there. Ooh, it's windy. If you get caught short, actually, this is where you can walk your dog and they can go to the toilet.
Are there any dogs on here?
I haven't seen any dogs, but...
They're like guide dogs.
Right, here we are on the map. We're heading to St. Maarten. We're just leaving Cuba, or just off the coast of Cuba. We're heading down towards the British Virgin Islands. We've got another day at sea tomorrow until we get there. Okay, this is something a little bit different. I've been trying out these smart glasses from Immo whilst on this trip, and they've actually been pretty interesting to use. What's really cool is they can capture everything from your own perspective. So it adds a completely different feel when you're traveling. So most people on board speak English, but let me show you how the translation works. So if I just pull up another language here, the glasses translate in real time, which is really useful when you're traveling somewhere with a language barrier. And I actually tested this out with Viona, our stateroom attendant. You can also pair it with this mini speaker for conversations. So how have you been today? It's been a pretty hot day. I've got a little bit too much sun.
Ну как ты сегодня? Сегодня был довольно жаркий день. У меня слишком много солнца.
Да, сегодня действительно был очень жаркий день, но жара – это присущая погода для этих мест.
I see the translate. Yes, today was indeed a very hot day, but heat is inherent weather for these places.
Yeah.
They've also got an AI assistant built in, so you can ask questions, get information, or just use it on the go whilst you explore. Importantly, they've added a physical camera cover, which is great, especially as people are becoming more aware of privacy with smart glasses. So it's really clear when you're recording and when you're not. You also get this smart ring, which lets you control everything from taking photos to translation, AI features, voice subtitles, and more, all in just one button. And battery wise, these are quite impressive. You can recharge them within 5 seconds, which is ideal when you're traveling like me. Honestly, it's one of those things that just adds more convenience when you're on the move. If you want to go and check them out, make sure you click the link in the description, or you can scan the QR code which is on the screen now. Tonight we're going to go to a restaurant called the Dining Room. They've got 3 of these on board. 2 of them you have to book and 1 of them you don't. And we were a bit confused because we were asking what's the difference between the 2 that you have to book compared to the one that you don't have to book, and apparently it's nothing. So we're going to go to the one where you don't have to book and we'll see what it's like. So our plan for tonight is to go and see a show, The Wizard of Oz, which has a performance at 8:30. However, having a 4-year-old on board with us, he might not make it till that time. So we'll see how we get on. But we'll drink this and then we'll go and check out dinner in the dining room. Cheers. I've noticed there's one thing missing. There's no elevator music.
No. Oh, there is.
Is there?
Very, very quietly.
We're at the front and this is right at the back. So can we go through the music hall? I don't know if this is open. Can we not? Wow, this is messing with my senses, the lights in here. This is a pretty cool venue though. Oh, you can go upstairs because I did this earlier. Wow, look at this. We were advised you could just turn up to the dining room and there wouldn't be a queue, but wow, this is the queue. So that's what, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, you're better off booking a time slot rather than just coming in.
It will be good for you just to get in and they will give you a table.
Okay.
Deck 4, 1 deck,
Deck
after,
4.
2 days. Yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Thing is, and I've seen this tonight already, people that have an allocated time still actually have to queue. Probably not for as long. Thank you.
Finally. It's quite nice in here though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very nice surroundings.
Yeah. It's chaos, isn't it?
It might be chaos, but it's organised chaos. It's one good thing. They sort you out quickly.
Well,
We didn't have to wait too long.
Yeah, they seem to have a system, don't they? But it's just that when you are waiting, there's a lot of people on top of you.
You've got to give it to the staff though. As soon as we sat down, there was a waiter here taking our order. And they asked us if we had like reservations for a show or something else, and so they would work quicker. That's pretty good. So yeah, all right, it was only like a 5-10 minute wait, wasn't too bad. Well, because they knew we had show reservations, they've actually given us all the food at once. So Gaby's starter, Gaby's main, the lobster tail, my chicken, and also the dessert, the creme brulee. Oh my god, the cappuccino cake.
Oh wow.
What? Is it good?
Price it out like this.
Yeah, that's right. Hello.
Are you Diamond Plus?
We're Sky Suite.
Oh yeah.
Sky Class.
Here.
Thank you. the show was amazing. The food wasn't that great. I think the chicken that I had, to be fair, it tasted almost raw. You know when you get a bit of chicken and you taste it and it's chewy, but it's not fatty, but it's chewy like it's undercooked.
Consistency.
Yeah, so that was weird. The craziest thing is that when we left there to go to the show, the queue was even longer. I mean, like it was stretching down towards the Royal Promenade. So, and that was at 8:30. So we thought we came at a busy time, but yeah, 8:30 was even busier. And again, that was just walk-ins. So on the bed, we've already got the details for tomorrow's cruise, the weather forecast, what's going to be happening, and also we've got Suite Class Amenity Vanity headbands. For some reason, we've got some Royal Caribbean headbands. Not quite sure why.
Pajama party.
Hey?
Fitness party. One thing I really needed was some slippers, because usually you get some slippers when you're in a hotel room. No slippers, but I get a hairband, which is one thing I don't need.
Hey, well, you could use this as a sweatband when you go jogging tomorrow.
Yeah!
According to the itinerary on the bed, looks like it's a little bit cloudy. Gutting. I know.
Great.
Let's hope that's wrong. Anyway, we'll see you in the morning. No. Okay, so we have got ice skating booked for this morning. Are you excited, Gaby?
I'm always excited to try something new. Oh, I have done.
You've done ice skating before?
Yeah, but not in the Caribbean.
You always like to think that you'll look so graceful on the ice, but in reality, just when you think you can skate okay and you haven't done it in a while. Did you just say it's too slippy?
Right, some ice creams are slippier than others. The last time I did this was in Winter Wonderland like 2 years ago, and it was fine. I don't know, I'm just really freaking out. Like, I'm like, I don't know if I've lost my nerve, but I feel like I'm going to go arse over tit.
One thing is good though is these are so soft and cushiony. Normally you go so fast and you go into the wall and it kills your knees, but this is nice and cushiony. There you go. Now you're going.
Mate, you've got to admit, this does feel slippier than the norm, doesn't it? Like, if they ever ask me, which they won't, Gaby, would you like to go and dance on ice? How would I get past the first round? So screwed from day one, wouldn't I? I feel like someone's going to pull me down, someone's going to lose their balance like I am and pull me down with them.
The kids that are on these frames are taking everybody else's legs out as they go past because they're so wide. It is the most weirdest feeling though, because the ship is moving around a lot today, and it's even weirder when you're on the ice as well.
I'm holding everybody up.
And what's great about that experience is that it's free, doesn't cost any extra, which is on a cruise ship like this where a lot of things are, especially food, extras. It's nice to get something that's included.
Yeah.
Completely out of breath. I think the session lasts for about an hour.
Yeah.
We didn't last that long. We're going to go and get a coffee. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Look at all these cakes and sandwiches. All of these are complimentary. So are the cookies and some salads. Coffee's up. What a view. So yeah, you can get your Starbucks coffee up there, wherever you want. That is extra, as I said, but literally just behind there, you've got the coffee station to go and get unlimited coffee. So if you can save a little bit of money on board, you might as well. Wow, these are totally stained, aren't they? The furniture.
I saw people sleep on these yesterday.
I know. And what's great is they swivel. Go on, do a bit of swiveling. Very nice.
I was just sitting here thinking this is so strange because I looked to my right and looked up and I could see Central Park in the air. It's so weird, you can actually, the park is floating. It's so weird.
Early morning arrival into St. Maarten, and it's cloudy and it's raining. Hopefully this will change a little bit later. And we just pulled upside another cruise ship, which isn't spoiling the view too much because we can see it just through there. Anyway, we're gonna go and check out breakfast in the club lounge. Let's go. Relaxed surroundings.
Yeah, I like having breakfast in here. It's good. And because they wait on you as well, you do feel like, now we're talking.
Yeah, so this is a la carte. So you've got a choice of cereals, eggs any way you like, omelettes, there's pancakes, salmon, juices, coffee. Thank you.
See, I wasn't really sure what this was going to come like, so I thought I'd get some scrambled egg on the side. Now I just feel completely greedy. French toast.
Hi, get us out, please. Thank you. Thank you. You know, when we boarded this, we didn't really see it, to be honest, like we can now. I don't know whether the camera does it justice, just the sheer size of this ship. Anyway, let's find a beach. Actually kind of happy that it's cloudy because it would be so very hot if it wasn't. I mean, the air temperature is about 26 degrees right now. Could hop on one of these, look. Welcome to Grumpy's. Beer as cold as the ex-wife's heart. Do a bit of shopping, Gaby. I pooped today. Fresh coconuts being sold. You have to love some of the names of these bars. Well, there's this bar here, right, and there's a cocktail that says, and it says we've all been there. Sandwiched between these bars, just right by the beach, look, there's a church. Look at that. So the ship is docked here till about 5 o'clock. When we checked the forecast yesterday, we knew the weather wasn't going to be that great, so we didn't actually book any excursions, but the island is quite famous for the airport that's here because the planes that land over people's heads and people get blown into the sea when they take off. It also has one of the longest zip lines in the world here, which looks incredible, but you know, with Casper, couldn't really do that. And like the weather was not going to be that great, so we thought we'll come down to the beach, grab a beer and enjoy the view. So for lunch, we're going to go Mexican at El Loco Fresh. Check out the salsa station. Guacamole, look at that. Quesadillas, burritos. What did you go for?
Well, tacos and plain flour tortilla, so I could make my own. Because usually a taco at home would come like, it come folded over, wouldn't it, a taco at home, and you put your filling inside it. Yeah. But here they come like Dorito chips. So I couldn't do it like that. So I thought I'd try to do what I do at home with the flour. Yeah, I know I've gone on a bit, but...
Gaby's going for the ice cream.
And Tim, you should too. So good.
Wave goodbye to everyone on that cruise ship. So we leave St. Maarten behind, and the sun didn't come out. Not once, really. And we've arrived this morning in St. Thomas, and we've got the sunshine. So the ship has 7 pools and 9 whirlpools, hot tubs if you like. Let's go check some of them out. Okay, let me show you around the swimming pools. I love the fact they've got a swim up pool bar here and a lovely area to sunbathe, get your feet wet. It's really nice. There's loads of sunbeds here. And everywhere you look, there's like a hot tub somewhere, which is really nice. But we need to talk about these just for a second. So when you're on board a cruise ship, you think to yourself, hey, it'd be really nice to have a cabana, your own private space. And, you know, they're not much. They're a couple of seats under a bit of undercover. That's it. I saw these come up at around about $700 to $1,000 to rent one of these. Absolutely crazy. So one of the main pools here, like for families and stuff like that, is over there. And the best way to get to it is down this slide, which goes down to the lower deck. You don't really slide down it though. You kind of have to shuffle down it. You really notice the difference compared to a sea day. It's so busy, it's crazy. So this is why it's perfect to have a look around the ship on the outside decks when most people are off ship. But these hammocks are nice. So this is the largest pool at sea by surface area. Or it was. I don't know whether that still stands, but it's a nice pool with hot tubs. This is called Thrill Island. This is where all the water slides are. And there are quite a few, which of course we do need to go and check out. We'll head down there in a moment, but first let's go and check out the adult only pool where hopefully we'll be able to spend a little bit of time.
They have a DJ there and they do like sunset drinks there as well. And it's an amazing view of the back of the boat when you're standing in the pool there.
Yeah. I was just saying how crazy this is on a sea day where you can't move, where we were in the pool and literally it was very uncomfortable rubbing backs with pretty much everyone. It was a bit cringe.
It's kind of the same in the adult pool and in the child-friendly pool, isn't it? It's like I think I've already said it, I'm not sure, but I had someone's lock of hair just land in my hand.
So they've got a flow rider on board. In fact, a lot of Royal Caribbeans have these now on board. I would love to have a go at this, but literally I have back issues and it would screw me up forever going on one of these, but I so want to do it. Look at that. What's great though, this is included in the price. I wonder if Gaby will have a go. Gaby, you can have a go.
I'd have a go if you're happy with bringing me home with my arm and my legs in casts.
The water goes about 30-40 miles an hour. So the idea was me and Gaby would go on the slides while there's less people on board. Only some of them are open though, so we'll go on the ones that are open for now, shall we?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let's go. Yeah.
That's so Caribbean. The theming is amazing.
Yeah, that's one thing. The colours are great. These little sunbed areas where you can go and tuck yourself away. So while it's quiet, let's show you the Hideaway, which is just for adults only. A couple of hot tubs up here, which at the back of the ship they have the best views. Sunbathing up here. And then you've got the adults infinity pool just there. Let's have a look.
How good though is this view?
Yeah, it's amazing. So we just quickly want to talk about this because this is so funny. So you see all those people lined up there up against the glass. Me and Gaby tried to have a look out of there yesterday, I think it was, and people stick like glue to those areas, and you just literally can't get a look in. In fact, someone was putting their arms out so no one else would nick their husband's spot as they probably went to the toilet. You see these all over the boat. You think they're real people. You see that, what looks like a girl taking photos. Well, we were standing in there, it was like, that woman's spending ages trying to take a photo. We realised she's just like a mannequin. But they have them all over the boat in the most weirdest of places. It just makes you do a double take. Anyway, let's head down here. So this is Surfside. This is at the back of the ship. This is actually a really great area to bring Casper because there's gentler rides here. There's a carousel. There's also some great places to go and eat, like burgers, hot dogs. There's an arcade. Let's go check out the arcade quickly. It's so nice, but also so weird that there's like no one else around because they're all off ship.
I know. But it is nice because when everyone's on board, so many people, you sometimes just feel like you're constantly in people's way and stuff like that. So it is nice to actually have this breather.
There's a little gift shop up there. You can also walk to Central Park from here as well. So it's great. You can be by the beach and then you can be in the park, all within like a few steps. Gaby's favourite place, the ice cream hut. I think actually this is they're just cocktails.
This is usually rammed, isn't it?
When you've got a 4-year-old like us, the only water slides they can do is that one behind you and the smallest one over there. But the problem we've got is that Casper is still not quite potty trained, and they will not let you go in the pool with pull-ups.
Swimming nappies.
Swimming nappies. So that means, unfortunately, that poor old Casper, he doesn't get a chance to even go in the pools, does he?
Yeah.
That's one thing we've noticed. But I have to say, the downside to that is the pools keep being shut because kids are going to the toilet. Yeah.
The Americans say go potty. Why not, when kids are in the process of being potty trained, just let them have that swimming nappy for a little bit of reassurance? So it's better than the alternative, right?
I mean, obviously they've got their reasons, but like I say, the problem that keeps happening though is kids keep going for number 1s and number 2s in the pools, and they keep being shut. But if they allowed them to have maybe those nappies, maybe they've had some bad experiences with them. I don't know.
They're even worse though. What I will say is, if you've got a baby or a toddler who's completely just not potty trained at all, and they do have to rely on a nappy, they do not get to experience a pool at all.
Yeah.
Just that little splash area where they can dip their feet in, which I think is a bit of a shame, because when you're on a holiday, you know, babies love to get in a swimming pool too. It's all part of it, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's a very small area, but like I say, as long as they're potty trained, it's all okay. Again, you double take that there's somebody else that... So they've got the running track downstairs. They've also got a separate sports area. This is right at the top of the ship.
Involved in today's drill. First off, this week's safety is everything. And this controllers and electronic commanders guide your crew via the MES.
Wow, this is huge. I didn't expect to see it this big on board the ship. Are you up for pickleball? Everybody loves pickleball at the minute. Let's give it a go. The sport that's taken over. First time playing pickleball. Let's go.
Never heard of it.
Gaby's never heard of it. Do you have to let it bounce first? Oh. We're not sure the rules whether you have to let it bounce first or not, but we're giving it a go.
Tim, I'm here.
I know, sorry. So each time we leave a different port, they do a ship ahoy party or an event or show, which they're doing right now, which is pretty cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, I see you over there in on the phone.
So nice to be up here because it's so busy down there, isn't it?
Yeah, I just like the fact that you can actually breathe and get a sunbed quite easily up here, whereas downstairs it is like a fight for sunbeds. Yeah, a lady said to me yesterday when we were leaving, she asked if my sunbed was now available, because she said that she's been literally eyeballing people waiting to see if they're going to leave their sunbeds, because she just couldn't get one for her and her family at all. So yeah, she's really grateful that I said, oh well, my husband and my son are leaving too, and she was like, oh, it's great because my kids don't have a sunbed either. And I was like, it's mad, isn't it? You spend so much money on a cruise and you can't get a sunbed. It's mad.
Unless you reserve one of those cabanas for like $700. Here we go.
Hello my friend, how are you?
Hey, good thanks. This looks higher than it is. Bad time to say I'm actually scared of heights. I want to fall off this. Oh my god, it's really windy up here. So you get to go twice for the money, which is quite good. I think it costs around about $37. God, you could quite easily fall through. I feel like you could fall through one of these because it's quite windy. Well, tonight we're in the coastal kitchen for dinner. It's a bit confusing because they've got appetizers, entrees, classic appetizers, and more entrees at the bottom. I do love the vibe in here. You know, it adds something a little bit different to just having it in the buffet or in the dining room.
Yeah.
Thank you.
While waiting, you have a bread here.
Oh wow.
Yeah?
Yeah, amazing. Thank you.
Enjoy. Huh?
Thank you. It's weird. It's like the quality of food in here is better than what we had in the dining room. It's weird, isn't it?
And do you know what as well? I mean, I just really love the servers in this whole restaurant. They're just like the people behind the bar, the people here in the restaurant. They're just so kind, aren't they?
And you get to know them last few days, you know, when they know your drinks that you want to have. And it's great because obviously if we were in the dining room, I don't know whether we could get wine. I think we'd have to pay extra for that. Yeah, and like the soft drinks, you can't get that unless you've got the drinks package. You can only get water or fruit juice. But here, any alcohol we want.
It's like Casper when he comes in, he has his milk on an evening. They go, milk for Casper, but he doesn't have to say anything, and they know he's come for his milk. It's just so sweet the way they really personally make that effort to really, I don't know, look after you, you know.
That looks more like a main than a starter. How am I going to eat all that?
Get through that and then eat a main.
I know.
I've gone for like a shrimp cocktail or...
I'm trying to skip a meal each day. So if I have breakfast, I'll skip lunch and then have dinner. Yeah, you can put a lot of weight on a cruise. They've actually took the lobster out of the shell, which is quite good.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh wow. That beef is so tender. Somebody's birthday. So our last day tomorrow, and we stop off at CocoCay in the Bahamas. We're gonna have breakfast on the balcony. Hopefully the weather will be good. We've also got a balloon ride early in the morning on the island itself, so that should be interesting. So we'll see you in the morning. Night night. One of the perks of the suite is that we can have breakfast in the room, and we're enjoying it on the balcony as we've just arrived at CocoCay. We've got an American breakfast ×2. Casper's got some cereal, we've got some Danishes, orange juice, toast, and coffee. Let's dig in.
Dig in.
So you've never been in a hot air balloon, have you?
No.
So this is similar, but this is helium inside, basically.
What's the difference? Like,
So obviously they don't use like propane and stuff like that. So yeah. So I guess it's safer. There it is. It's coming down for us. Second ride of the day. It's just past 9 o'clock in the morning. Good morning. Icon.
Okay, what's your room number, please?
16036.
excited?
Yeah.
Right inside.
Thank
Let's
you.
Walk all the way around. I got your ticket, sir.
Yeah, there you
Thank
go.
you very much. Let's try the space out so we can buy it. Guys, my name is Sonny. I'm going to be the pilot for the one to hold into these small railings right here.
Okay.
So anytime during the flight, up or down, or be stable and you need something to hold on, guys, remember the front railing or the back railing here for you, but don't grab on the neck at any time.
Whoa. Oh, you don't realise you're going up? We're already going up.
Yeah, come. There you go. So now you're free to release your hand, guys, and move around.
You go, Casper. Have a look, Casper. Wow.
Did it go yet until the second
Yes.
bump?
No, darling. We've had the second bump.
Oh.
Casper, what can you see?
I want to go to water park.
Can you see the ships? Can you see the boats? There's two boats. One of them is ours. Ours looks small from up here. What look like floating lodges, you can book them for the day, and I think they're well over £1,000. It's not that bad, is it?
I think it's incredible. I haven't looked down though, I'm just looking out. I think if I looked down I would
Yeah.
freak out. But
Yeah.
just look out.
Apparently you can see stingrays, lemon sharks up here. Lemon sharks don't bite, right?
I can't see, all I can see is rocks.
It's a pretty big island, but it is all walkable. So we were just there. We're going to go and check that out, and then we'll take Casper to the water park, Thrill Water Park. You have to pre-book this, and it's about $170. Didn't expect to see a pool and bar like this on the island. This is massive. When you look at other people, they always look so, they're like they've been here before, like they're relaxed, they know their way around, and we're just having to look around. By the time we've actually had a look around, it'll be time to get back on the ship.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? This looks like a hotel situation in itself, doesn't it?
The crazy thing is that you spend a lot of money to go on this cruise ship, and then the upsellers will explain later is massive. Each one of these cabanas are like $1,500, and they were all sold out. Not that I was going to get one, but they're all sold out. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So the food is included, obviously, around the island, and it is mostly, burgers, hot dogs, that kind of thing. You know how I hate going shopping with you normally?
Yeah.
Well, this is my kind of shopping on the beach.
This is really cool.
Lots of souvenirs.
This is a really nice little market, but it's so compact and so tidy and quaint. Gotta love it.
I think they all sell the similar thing. Branded shirts, merch. Do buckets and spades. Look at that. Forget the fresh fruit, go get some cookies. Barbecue food, look, there's burgers, some hot dogs, some corn, some ribs, I think. Fries. Tacos as well. Nice. Oh, it smells so good.
So over here is like your typical barbecue, and then you've got your Mexican food as well. There's quite a variety of toppings for like burgers, hot dogs, and again, if you want like tortillas or tacos or anything like that.
What have you gone for?
I've gone for a burger, and I've done my own McDonald's burger because I put gherkins in it.
Ooh.
But this is better than McDonald's. This is a Gaby style.
So just before we head to dinner, I thought we'd walk through here because we've seen the main promenade a couple of times on the video. There's so many pubs, cafes, there's an Italian restaurant over there. Popular place to come and have your photo taken. Seems to be a popular place for live music though, just over there. There's a comedy club in here. Obviously I can't film that. There's a Zoltan machine. These are so popular now in America. But let's walk down. All right, let's go down. So let's go downstairs and walk through to Central Park for dinner. So for our last night, we thought we'd try something a little bit different. Thank you.
Can I go for lobster and shrimp, please?
Well, it would get very expensive if we ate out like this every night on the cruise. This is $70 per person. Let's hope it's good.
Not much room, if I'm being honest.
No, it's very tight, and there's going to be people right next to me here. Pretty basic salad at the moment.
I know, I was like, that's an expensive bit of lettuce.
There's so much noise going on, how can you hear what's at your table?
Oh my God, don't drop that in my direction.
All the way from Walmart.
You should cook it.
I used to cook it like
So we had cheesecake for dessert, although that tasted more like a mousse.
Moussey pudding, I thought. Like
Moussey
a very
pudding.
soft pudding / mousse. Yeah, nothing like a cheesecake.
That was such a great experience.
It was good.
The flavours were amazing. I have zero skill because the whole thing of the egg was I was supposed to kind of like keep it from cracking. I didn't get the memo, and what I decided to do was just smash the hell out of it.
I think Tim's just a little bit heavy-handed.
I just thought that's what you got to do. I didn't keep it up in the air as Yeah,
You just went all in,
I
didn't
look
you?
like a right idiot doing that, but
Well, I
yeah.
was proud of you because I think it takes a lot of balls to get up there and give it a go. There was only 3 people out the whole table that would do that, and you were one of them, so I was quite impressed.
And we both failed epically with getting the food in the mouth.
Which surprised me with my big gob.
Was it worth $75 each to have some chicken and
I guess
beef?
it's nice
It's
to be
about
able
the
to
show.
say you had the experience,
Yeah.
I think.
It's definitely about the show.
Yeah.
This cruise was not cheap though. In fact, it's probably one of my most expensive videos yet. So our 7-night cruise for me, Gaby and Casper came to £14,463, which is a crazy amount of money for a cruise. But was it worth the price? Now, if you average it out per person per day, so that's almost £700 per person per day. So did we get value for money?
I don't know. I don't think we got £700 worth a day value.
I mean, if we were at home in the UK, we would certainly not spend £700 per person per day, even if we ate out in the most fanciest restaurants. So breaking that price down, we got access into the club lounge, which had basically 3 different levels. So it had the lounge where we could sit and watch the shows and have dinner, have breakfast, also have drinks in there. We could have beer and wine throughout the day. Cocktails were from happy hour from about 5 until 8 p.m. To be honest, when we explored the rest of the ship and we sat there and enjoyed the pools, it was much better option to be up in our own little private area and enjoy beer and wine to get the most out of our money.
You can't even get like soft drinks at other bars either, you know, which is a bit of a shame. You can get them in the dining halls and certain places like that with food, but you can't just go to any random bar on the ship and get a soft drink, can you?
You can only get water or like a lemonade or a fruit punch. First of all, let's talk about the tips, because when we arrived, the first thing the guy said to me when I got out of the taxi, he took my bags and he went, "Would you like to tip me now, sir?" I was like, hang on, I haven't done anything for me yet. Let's also talk about gratuities, which they added for us every day on the app, per person, per day. It came to, I think it was about $147 a day, roughly around about, what was that, $40-something per person per day, which they put on your bill. You can remove it, but that adds up in itself when you've spent an incredible amount of money on the cruise already. Then last night we get a little envelope put in our room asking, obviously, if we want to tip again. So the tipping can get very expensive.
Yeah, it can. And the thing is, if you don't tip, you feel awful about it. You feel like you're obliged to do it, don't you?
Yeah.
So you do feel really bad if you don't.
However, I think it's wrong. It's okay for me and Gaby, compulsory, or well, not compulsory, but the fact they put the tips on there for Casper's point of view as well. I thought, well, you know, us adults, okay, but Casper, yeah. The room that we had was incredible. It was such a lovely suite. The fact we had a separate dining room area, living room, bedroom, you had somewhere to do your makeup, we had the bath and the shower, an incredible balcony.
Felt completely at home there and relaxed, and I really did feel like I had everything I needed. And you know, when you'd had a bit too much sun or something like that, to be able to just get back into your room and just know that you could relax and you had the facilities to relax in. Yeah, that was amazing.
So let's talk about the food on board. The buffet was typical buffet food, really. It wasn't anything amazing. It got very busy, especially during peak times. Actually, I found it busy every time we went. We didn't just necessarily go in peak times.
It felt like you were constantly scrambling for a table, which isn't very comfortable, is it? When you pay a lot of money to go on a cruise, you want to know that you can get yourself a table and a sunbed. But the fact that you're actually looking around going, can't find anything, and then you end up sitting on a table that hasn't yet had time to be cleared. So you're sitting at a dirty table straight away. I mean, they are quite quick at cleaning it, but obviously you have to sit at a dirty table before they have the chance to remove everything. It's just not enough space at all in the dining hall.
So as star class suite guests, of course, we got access into the lounge where we could have breakfast and dinner. So we didn't even have to eat in there at all, but we wanted to experience it. So the buffet, the dining room was a really lovely atmosphere. I didn't think much of the food in there though.
Yeah, I didn't think it was great. And I love the way they did the 3 courses and the whole dining experience, but I wouldn't say that the food was, you know, top dollar.
The food in the lounge that we had though was really good.
It was a big improvement.
The service was good. It felt like you was on you felt like you was in a restaurant. A la carte breakfast, you got service to your table. It was actually really nice.
And that's when you felt like, okay, this is why we're paying that bit extra. And that's when you knew about it, because you did get that VIP treatment.
There were so many pools on board. When you was at sea, it was so busy. It was really difficult to get a sunbed. You mentioned it earlier on in the video that there was a couple of families that we saw that were struggling to find a sunbed. We struggled to find a sunbed as well. We were lucky enough, obviously, to have plenty of sunbeds in the lounge area, but there were so many pools to choose from. It was nice that they had the Hideaway for the adults at the back, but again, super busy. People were fighting to stand up against that glass infinity pool and look out, and no one else was, and the other pools were super busy. You had clumps of hair in your hand.
It was cringe. It's the only way to explain it. It was absolutely cringe. I'd be just standing there and I'd have this kid almost swim underneath my legs just to, like, because they'd been swimming underwater and then bob out of nowhere.
I think it was because it was full of kids as well, with goggles, all swimming, all underwater. You had all the adults in there drinking and trying to look after the kids as well. It was a bit chaotic, to be fair. And the strangest thing was, is as soon as we docked and we were out on an island or something, it was so quiet. So if you've been to see the islands before and you just stayed on board, it was lovely. The shows on board were like West End shows, Broadway shows. They were incredible. The Wizard of Oz was amazing. That water show that we saw at the beginning of the video was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good.
The kids club that they have in there was just absolutely incredible. It seemed like most mums and dads were putting in their kids, and the fact that you could put your kids in there from 7 in the morning up until I think it was midnight. We put Casper in there a few times, obviously, to help us with filming the video, and when we did it for like last night, when we filmed the restaurant, the Hibachi restaurant, we picked him up at around about like 9 o'clock, and it was packed full of kids. And the fact that that's all included in the price, that was one amazing thing. They do time slots, but it's like 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours at lunchtime, and 3 hours in the evening. But if you want to pay, you can keep them in there till like 2 in the morning.
I mean, let's not deny the fact that a busy parent loves to be having parent time, but they also like to have a little bit of a breather, and it's so nice that opportunity is actually there and they're in a safe environment, and the team are so good and really do look after them. They're amazing.
Oh yeah, they're great. They give you a phone so they can keep in touch with you when you're on board the ship if there's any problems.
One of the things I will say about this ship is that it was absolutely immaculate. I mean, the lady that cleaned our room for us every day, Viola, she was absolutely incredible. Everything was just bang on. She'd come back and she'd do turn down service. It was just a spot on.
There was obviously loads of restaurants to eat in, but obviously they're all an extra cost, and the price, obviously, if you wanted to eat in some of those, could really add up. I mean, if you think about how much the cruise cost, and the upsell was crazy. Just think about CocoCay for a second. There were cabanas on there that were going for like 12, 13, 1400 pounds for the day. The slides, they were like $145. The cabanas on the ship were like nearly 1,000. I mean, like, and they were all sold out, because you look on the app and if you want to book all these extra things, they were always sold out, which is crazy. So people spend a lot of money on the cruise. Now obviously you can spend a lot less than what we did for a slightly cheaper room. So maybe that's probably the best way to go, slightly cheaper room, and then you can pay for those extras.
When you've got the app, you can schedule all the activities that you want to do, and you've got it there all on your calendar, but there is always something. You can sit down in your room and go, I'd like to do something now, and you just check it, and there's always something about to start or going on. Last minute yesterday, I took Casper to a glow in the dark show because I found we had some time to kill, and we were like, what should we do? Oh, there's a glow in the dark show. There's always something, and I love that. I love the fact you sit there and there's always something going on all day, all night.
One thing I didn't show you was the casino, which was huge. I think it's the biggest I've seen on any cruise ship. Slot machines, table games, it was massive. By the way, Gaby has got her own channel. Make sure you check it out. The link is going to be in the description. Don't forget, if you fancy seeing a Virgin cruise, click on the screen now, or the worst rated cruise that I've ever done. Make sure you click on the screen now. Give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe. I'll see you next time.